So thank you for joining me today on the Church History Trail, and we're in Lisburn, and we're actually outside the CW Hall, as you can see. And of course this building was actually the first Methodist chapel in Lisburn, and not only was it the first Methodist chapel, but George Whitefield of course visited Lisburn in July in 1751, but also John Wesley actually preached in Lisburn in July 1756, and of course Wesley preached in this wee hall. And there's a wee inscription here which I'm going to read out to you. As you will see, and as you can see there, it says the first Methodist preaching house in Lisburn, built in 1772, and it says on the last of his many visits to the town, John Wesley preached here on the 6th of June 1789. And I have another preacher here who we're going to have a wee chat to, and that's John WEIR. But before we talk to John, we'll just have a look up above the doors. You can see it says Christian Workers Union. If you want to just stand in there, John, so that you don't get wet. So tell us your full name and what your occupation is.
Yes, it's nice to be with you today, Mark. And John WEIR do the work of the evangelist around the province. We've had some great missions here in the hall over the years and seen people saved and God's people built up, and also a revival convention there this year, which went really, really well. So it's just great to know the history of this hall. Good you're doing the video today, and it's good to have some friends with us too.
And I believe you've actually got one of the converts here that was saved in your mission, if I remember rightly. Is that correct?
Well, there wasn't a mission here, it was another mission.
In Dromara?
In Dromara, so yeah, it was Tom Lamb. So
Tom Lamb. I'm actually
Tom with us over from university.
We have Tom here. What age are you, Tom?
I'm 23 years old, Mark.
23. It's fantastic to meet someone who's on fire for the Lord and yet only 23 years of age. Brilliant. Yeah. And so tell the viewers what you do, or if you're a student, or what your plans are.
I'm a law student currently, but I like to maybe go into the Lord's work in the future, if the Lord calls me. I've got my own YouTube channel, Trusting Thomas, on the YouTube.
Very good. And you were hoping maybe to get a job at some stage with the Christian Institute.
That's right, yes.
Could you tell us a wee bit about the Christian Institute?
Christian Institute helps Christians deal with like legal issues. So say if a Christian is charged with crimes against free speech or hate crimes, then the Christian Institute would step in to help the Christian.
Very good. It's good to have that safety net for Christians, isn't it? And we have another young gentleman here, Joel.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell him your full name, Joel, and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm Joel Roberts. I'm from Cookstown in County Tyrone, and I'm a student at Ulster University, and I study sports science.
And where were you saved, Joel?
So I was saved in my granny's bedroom in her house, or our old house, at 6 years old.
And did you say what age you are now?
19.
19.
Yeah.
Again, you're even younger than Thomas. It's fantastic.
It's
you know, some people would say that Christianity is just for old people. What would you say to that, Joel?
No, it's definitely for everybody, because you never know when you're going to take your last breath, and when you take your last breath, that's it, you go into eternity. But where are you going to spend eternity? You make sure you spend it with the Lord.
And Christ died for everyone, not just the old,
Exactly.
but the young.
Christ died for sinners.
That's right, and it's that personal relationship with Christ
Yeah.
and trusting in Him that gets us into heaven, isn't it?
Exactly.
Well, thank you for your time, gentlemen,
No problem.
and
Thank
I
you.
trust the Lord bless you.